Hello, I'm Natasha Canterbury, and today my speech is going to be on Alzheimer's disease. And I have made a presentation if you'd like to follow along. Imagine losing all memory of everything you've known from childhood, friends, children, and grandchildren. Waking up and not know where you are or why you're there. I can imagine in the mind of somebody with Alzheimer's, this can be very scary. I'm going to inform you on what Alzheimer's is, some signs and symptoms, stages, and some causes of the disease to better understand what the disease is and where it comes from. Most of you know someone or have heard of someone that has Alzheimer's. It seems like it's heard of more now than in the past. In my experience, it's my grandmother, Millie, a person in which all my memories of my childhood had her in it. It has been a few years since her diagnosis, but it had progressed really fast, and she now doesn't know me or what my name is or who I am. Four main points that I'm going to go over is signs and symptoms, what Alzheimer's is, 3 stages of the disease, and causes and risk factors. First, what is Alzheimer's disease? Alzheimer's is a progressive neurodegenerative disorder. It affects cognition and behavior. It affects families, not just the individual. It affects the family also. And now that we know what Alzheimer's disease is, what are some signs and symptoms of the disease? They range from first diagnosis to later stages, the end stages of the disease. Some of those include repetitive questions, misplacing personal belongings, and getting lost. They're unable to manage their finances, recognize familiar objects or people, difficulty thinking of common words while speaking, out of character mood changes, social withdrawal, and compulsive behavior. So there's a lot of symptoms that lead to Alzheimer's. So now that we have discussed some signs and symptoms, we have now discussed the 7 stages of the disease. There are 7 stages from early to late in the disease. Stage 1, there's no apparent symptoms. It's before the disease really takes hold and the diagnosis is made. Stage 2 is forgetfulness. They may start to forget names or forget where they put things. Stage 3, they become noticeable to others and they may have difficulty planning things. Stage 4 is mild to moderate cognitive decline. They forget major events like birthdays. Depression is common during this stage because they are realizing that they're forgetting things. Stage 5, they lose their ability to care for themselves and they may not know the date or time. Stage 6 is moderate to severe decline. They're unable to recall major life events, names of relatives, and agitation also occurs during this time. The severe cognitive decline is the last stage. It's the end stage of Alzheimer's. They may be unable to recognize their family members. They may become bedfast and not able to speak. Now that we know the stages of Alzheimer's, what are some causes and risk factors that are linked with Alzheimer's disease? There are several different risk factors that are believed to cause and lead to Alzheimer's. Head injury that happened earlier in life, their heart health. Some scientists believe that if the heart is healthy, their brain will be healthy. So if they have a healthy heart, they'll have a healthy brain. Family history, if a parent, a sibling, or a close relative has the disease, they'll have an increased risk. And the gender, females are more likely than males to develop this disease. Alzheimer's disease is very fast moving and is very debilitating and devastating to the person in the family, and sadly, there's currently no cure for this disease. Okay, going over what we have learned, we've learned what Alzheimer's disease is, some of the symptoms, stages, some of the causes. My goal was to inform you about Alzheimer's, and I hope that you've learned a little bit more about it, and what it is and how much it affects those with the disease and their families. In closing, this disease has been very devastating to me personally. My grandmother was loving, kind, and independent, and to see her not be able to care for herself or know me is heartbreaking. So I hope by my speech you know more about it. And I have some pictures of my grandma if you want to look at. This is her with my son, Landon. This is me and her on vacation when I was in high school. This is her with my daughter Mackenzie and Landon. And this is her now. And thank you. And I also have my references right there on there too. Thank you.